he goes. Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, welcome back to the Bonsai Movie Crew.
Hi.
I don't know why I got really excited there. Oh shit! I forget how to start this. I do every time.
I mean, once a week, man.
Yeah, every week I do this, and I always like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do next?
I mean, there's even like a checklist.
I know. I'm looking at it. I'm like, is that what I always do?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't. I feel like that's not the first thing I do. No. Okay. Well, anyway.
Here we are.
Check out our TikTok, which Madison needs to update. Right, Madison? Oh, she's not here. Check out her TikTok. It's not Twitter anymore now. It's X.
We should get like a mannequin.
Yeah, for just the day
like,
she's not
when
here.
she's not here. Or
like
whatever.
A severed head. She's got like one of those hairstylist heads upstairs in her. We should put that right there on the thing. Like
we should.
We should put a skeleton in their seat.
And just like move it from time to time.
How do you say that now? Do we say Twitter or do we just say check out our X? That sounds weird.
I don't know. And like when I sent out a thing today, it said your post has been sent, which was really weird to me.
You send it to them.
That is weird.
It's supposed to be a tweet, but it's not anymore.
It's not a tweet anymore.
It's not
just
a tweet.
Post?
It's a post. Your post has been sent.
I couldn't make it any cooler. Why they got to call it X anyway?
Because everything's
what's
X
wrong with the other letters of the alphabet?
Everything's X with Elon Musk.
Yeah, SpaceX, X.
His kid was like
all
that
these
one
X's
kid that he had was like a
Amber Heard is an X.
What was his
kid's
name?
And she shits in beds.
What was his kid's name? The one that was like a bunch of random letters or whatever?
I have no idea.
So, I mean,
Elon Musk, dude, I got mad respect for you, but you're a moron. Anyway, check out our TikTok, our X, Facebook.
Why does that remind me of Zoltan? Zoltan.
Zoltan.
Maybe that's what he was going for.
Maybe. He got it messed up though, because it's this way. It's not X.
Well, he had to do something different.
X.
He had to do something different.
I guess.
Also, be sure to check us out on Rumble or YouTube. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Probably.
And leave us some comments, man. And make sure you go to Spotify or wherever you're listening to your podcast and give us a rating, because apparently if you get so many ratings on like Spotify and Apple podcasts or whatever, apparently if you get so many ratings as a movie reviewer, we can become a certified reviewer.
Ooh.
For Rotten Tomatoes.
Don't you guys want that? Yeah. Don't you want that for us?
I think we're pretty fair with movies.
Yeah.
Like it's our opinion. We don't give a shit about yours.
But I think we're fair.
I think we're very fair.
Yeah.
And we definitely critique movies in a way that
well, we don't base it off if Paul Rudd's in it or not.
Well, and I think we have a pretty varied...
We don't base it off if Paul Rudd.
I do.
No.
It gets a point off. It gets half a point off if
only half a point.
Only half a point.
That was a whole 9.
But if it shows a penis in the movie, I'll put that half a point back on.
Put back on. Yeah.
So
fair enough.
If there's cock and balls, I'm there.
Fair
Only
enough.
if it's Chang.
Who?
Chang.
No, actually, you ever seen the new Vacation, the remake of Vacation?
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth's cock. The part where he walks in their bedroom and he's like,
I did not like that movie.
I don't think I remember that.
Where he walked in the room and he's like showing him how to use the remote down here. He's like down here, like just this is the on button, and it's like, and then like all you see is the outline of his cock and balls and his underwear.
I don't know.
You remember that part?
Yeah.
Look it up.
It was actually
everybody look that up. It's funny.
Yeah,
it's Chris Hemsworth, and he's goddamn. That's one sexy man. I'm not even gay, and I'd suck his dick. Anyway, let's move on.
I think we hear that at least once a month.
Honestly, I probably say it once a week around here. At least once a week. I'd give Hemi a Hemi.
Oh, God.
He's going to hear one of these episodes like, yeah, I'll never meet this guy.
Wow, this guy is weird. No, I'm sure he's heard
that would be
worse.
Hilarious if he ever did hear about us and he got to meet Joseph and he's like, so I hear you're going to suck my dick.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I better live up to it.
That would be hilarious.
Actually, let my wife do it. Can I watch? Anyway, moving on. Let's get into our creator profile. What do you say?
That's me.
Yeah. This week we are doing, and this is all because of his recent passing, Paul Reubens.
Yes.
Everybody knows him as Pee Wee Herman.
Not me. I know him from Mystery Men.
Mystery Men,
I'm just kidding.
Pee Wee Herman, Batman. What else has he been?
Buffy.
Buffy.
The best part of Buffy.
Yeah, he was probably was the best part of Buffy. No, I don't know, man. Him, Dave, what's
Pike.
his name? Pike, yeah.
Pike, he was good. Oh, look, air. Yeah, he was pretty good too. All right, so Paul Reubens was an American actor, comedian, game show host. He was a game show host? What did he do? I didn't know that.
I didn't know
and
that either.
Producer. He was best known for the children's show Pee-wee's Playhouse, which earned much acclaim and several Emmy Awards and nominations. Reubens was born in New York and raised in Florida. He began his career with the comedy troupe The Groundlings. He made his film debut with a cameo role in the comedy film Pray TV, which made a spoof of televangelism. Other films he appeared in include Meatballs Part 2, Batman Returns, and The Nightmare Before Christmas. Reubens became well known for his role in the TV special The Pee Wee Herman Show, which proved to be a massive hit. His character Pee Wee became a cult figure and helped the actor establish himself in the world of television. A movie based on the character titled Pee Wee's Big Adventure was also made. It was followed by a sequel named Big Top Pee Wee. Paul Reubens was born as Paul Rubenfeld in Peekskill, New York on the 27th of August in 1952. His father was Milton Rubenfeld, an automobile salesperson who later became one of the founding pilots of the Israeli Air Force during the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. His mother was a teacher. He has two younger siblings named Luke and Abby. His interest in a career in entertainment originated from frequenting the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. He went to Sarasota High School and later attended Plymouth State University in New Hampshire for a short while. Paul Reubens studied drama at the California Institute of the Arts, after which he started performing with the group named The Groundlings. It was during this time that he developed the character of Pee-wee, an innocent man-boy who plays tricks on his friends. He eventually started appearing in movies like Pray TV, Dream On, and Meatballs Part 2. A TV special, The Pee Wee Herman Show, which aired in 1981 on HBO, brought him and his character to the mainstream popularity. He served as a writer and played the lead film role in the film Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which released in 1985. It was the first feature film based on his Pee-wee character. He reprised his role in the 1988 sequel, which was directed by Randall Kleiser. Unlike its prequel, the film was a commercial and critical failure. From 1986 to 1990, he starred in the children's show Pee-wee's Playhouse, which he himself created. The show earned much popularity and was also praised by the critics. It eventually received a cult status. He played the father of the supervillain Penguin in the 1992 superhero film Batman Returns, and that same year he also played an important role in the comedy horror film Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The film was a commercial success, though the reviews were mixed. From 1995 to 1997, he played a guest role in the sitcom Murphy Brown, for which he earned an Emmy nomination. In 1998, he starred in the TV special Pee-wee's Playhouse Christmas Special. In the ensuing years, he appeared in films like Blow, Reno 911 Miami, I remember that, The Smurfs, and The Smurfs 2. In 2011, he starred in the TV special The Pee Wee Herman Show. It earned him another Emmy Award nomination. Over the years, he also played guest roles in various TV shows. From 2012 to 2013, he voiced a supporting character in the animated sci-fi TV series Tron Uprising. In 2016, he co-produced, co-wrote, and played the lead role in Pee-wee's Big Holiday, the third feature film based on his Pee-wee character.
Which was awesome.
I didn't actually watch that one.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
It's awesome.
I don't think I watched it.
It's all about him going to find Joe Manganiello in New York City.
Yeah, I remember seeing the trailer for it, and I remember wanting to watch it, but I don't.
Yeah, the best part's with the balloon. You'll know.
Okay.
The balloon with the Amish people. It's great.
Well, I definitely need to watch it then. The film, which was released on Netflix, was received positively by the critics. Let's see. Paul Reubens. He was previously married to Chandi Hefner. I think that's how you say it. Though not
Shandi?
much. Shandi? Is that how you say it?
Maybe
Chandi. Chandi.
I bet it's Shandi.
Shandi?
Yeah.
That sounds better. Though not much is known about her in their married life, there were numerous rumors regarding his sexuality, and it is often speculated that he was homosexual.
All because of the way he acted and spoke. Like, dude.
I don't think that he was.
I don't think he was either. I'm pretty sure he's quite straight.
Yeah.
He was also in, what's that movie about with the monkey? Dunstan Checks In.
Oh, man, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, he's the...
I don't think I've ever actually seen that all the way through.
Animal Wrangler.
Yeah, he's the Animal Wrangler. Yep. Which is an awesome movie, too, if you like kids' movies.
So, as we all know, he died of cancer on July 30th at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles.
Rest in peace, man.
Absolutely.
You brought a lot of joy to a lot of people, including myself.
Huge part of childhood for most of us. So
I loved your TV show. I loved your movies.
Thank you for the laughs, the entertainment.
Yeah. I even loved the newest Pee Wee Herman movie on Netflix that I watched as an adult.
Yeah, I should watch it. I should. I think it's still on my list. I'm sure it is.
But yeah, so rest in peace.
Absolutely.
Paul Rubens, man. You brought a lot of joy to a lot of kids.
For sure.
You taught them a lot of things. And you also brought us one of the best actors ever. Fucking Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, he was the cowboy.
He was the cowboy.
Yeah.
And then he was everybody's favorite fucking computer rebel or whatever. In the Matrix, he was Morpheus.
I liked him in Dream Warriors.
Dream Warriors. I also like him in the John Wick movies.
Yeah, he was good in those.
Yeah. So, but anyway, and Event Horizon. He was awesome in Event Horizon.
I love Event Horizon. That's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah. What the hell have you been watching?
All right. Anyway, let's move on here. What you guys been watching? Let's start with Karen.
I watched The Blackening.
What did you think of that?
It's hilarious.
I told you it was fucking hilarious, dude.
So, whoever's bitching about it, though, like, I don't know what their bitch could be, though, because they made fun of, like, both sides equally. They really did. They did a good job about it.
They brought light to a situation while also making fun of it.
Yeah, they, like, as much as they made fun of, like, you know, racist white people, they made fun of, like, the same tropes on the other side. They made fun of all tropes, all people. It was like watching Dave Chappelle make a movie. And
honestly, exactly, like Dave Chappelle.
It didn't matter
Dave
who
Chappelle
you were,
stands up for all human rights, whether they're good or bad. He's like, but they're human rights.
Yeah.
So in this case, I agree that this movie was very much like a Dave Chappelle. It was like a Dave Chappelle skit.
It didn't matter. You weren't safe. It didn't matter what you did, who you were, what color you were, you weren't safe. You were going to get made fun of. So
that's the way it should be.
Yeah, it was hilarious to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the part at the very beginning when they were talking to the one girl, and they said something about her dad being white.
Yeah,
and she said, "Yeah, every time my dad gets mad, I'm worried about the inevitable murder suicide." I laughed so hard. I couldn't help it.
Jesus.
Crazy white people.
It was funny, though. It was funny.
Murder, suicide. So, I think that's part of the reason why the movie kind of didn't do well.
Well, yeah, because a lot of people can't.
I don't think they... Well, no, I don't think that people knew which way to stand on it. Like, is this making fun of, or is it standing up for, or...
It's definitely making fun of everyone.
I know, but I think that's where people were a little conflicted. Like, I don't know whether I should like this movie or not. And that's the problem with nowadays. Just enjoy the fucking movie.
Yeah. Exactly. It was hilarious
to
me.
Think
I thought
too
it was,
much.
I don't think so much.
I thought it was hilarious. I watched Nefarious. Now, I
haven't watched it.
The bitching that everybody has about it, I can understand why. However, what I would say is that the only time I felt like it was preachy, so to speak, was really like the last scene. It got a little, like, I was like, okay, like, let's move on, like, get out, but the rest of the movie I found absolutely intriguing.
It was a conversation between two people, though.
Absolutely. And I loved it. I loved listening to the back and forth.
Yeah.
And it's
like a religious debate between two people.
Absolutely. Yeah. And a little more than a debate, because obviously the guy is possessed. You know that.
Yeah.
But like I really liked it. I was intrigued the whole time.
How did Sean Patrick Flannery do?
I thought he did wonderful. Yeah. I really did.
I watched a few like little clips of it and stuff.
It's because how he can go back and forth between like the possessed person and the demon. I thought he did really well. And I was absolutely intrigued with the whole conversation part of the movie. It was after that was over, and then like they got into like the final scene that I was kind of like, okay, come on, like, okay,
move on.
I get it. I get it. Like, let's roll. So I get the bullshit, like what people were pissed about that, but the majority of the movie is good. Robot Chicken, Iron Sky 1 and 2. I had never seen either one. I highly recommend both. I was a little iffy about the second one.
Which ones?
Iron Sky 1 and 2.
Isn't the
Space Nazis?
Yeah.
Space Nazis.
Yeah, Space
I
Nazis,
think I know, yeah.
Hilarious, great, wonderful.
I've seen one of them.
The second one has Space Nazis and dinosaurs.
That's the one I see. Is it the one that Hitler rides in on?
Yes, on the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know
That's
if I
the one I've
watched.
seen.
I don't think I ever watched. I know what you're talking about. I don't think I ever watched.
They're on Amazon, both of them. You should watch it. They're very good. Night of Something Strange. That was pretty funny too. Low budget, but it's hilarious. And Funny Games. I did not enjoy that one.
The remake.
The U.S.
Yeah,
it's shot for shot though, so I know.
And I've seen it, and I'm just kind of like, it's one of them movies that like pisses you off a little bit.
The problem that I had, this is my problem. It's not realistic, and
the sad part is it wants to stay grounded and be realistic, but then it's not.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like
so.
The Strangers is like, to me, the perfect break-in movie, right?
Strangers is good. Yeah.
Because like the one moment in that movie that kills me is like, why are you doing this? You were home.
You were home. Yeah. Or no. They said, did she say you were home, or did she say because you answered the door? I don't remember.
I thought it was you were home, but
it might have been you were home.
Doesn't matter. But like, my point is that that's like the perfect break-in movie. It's perfect, realistic. Everything about it is wonderful. And this one, it's like, they left for like an hour. And what these people do, they fucked around the whole time. These people killed their kid and they're just fucking around. Mm-hmm. If you kill my kid, I'm out for blood.
Yeah.
And you're telling me they don't even have a fucking hammer in that house? Anyway, I didn't care for the movie. I thought it sucked.
Well, the rewind part really pissed me off.
Yeah, me too. I thought that was so stupid. I didn't mind that he was breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah.
That happens. It doesn't bother me. But that remote part, that remote part drove me nuts. I thought that was the stupidest fucking thing.
That was the one scene of the whole thing that really took me out of the movie. I was like, yeah, I don't like this now. Mm-hmm. That was the one thing that I couldn't stand about it. I was like, that's bullshit.
Yeah, to me, it was mostly like the unrealistic part about it. That whole, they left for an hour and they still fucking went. It was so stupid. Anyway, that's it. That's all I watched.
Eric, what'd you watch?
So I watched Transformers: Rise of the Beast with the kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have some gripes about it.
I've thought about watching it, and I'm just like, I don't know if I can bring myself to do it.
I can't remember the last Transformers movies I watched.
What kills me? Okay, it was the last Transformers movie was it
Bumblebee?
Knights one?
No, it was Bumblebee.
No, not Bumblebee. It was the Knights one. I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah, I know what.
So, anyways, Unicron was supposed to be Earth, right?
Yeah.
Well, in this one, Unicron is coming to destroy Earth. It just...
Maybe it's his twin.
Like that retcon some shit?
Yeah, like they fucking...
I don't understand it either. And then they're introducing, like, what did they do with the animals? Just tell me, what did they do with the animal machines? Like, because, like...
So the animal machines were guarding a crystal that Unicron was trying to...
Are they supposed to be from Beast Wars?
Yeah.
That's dumb. I don't like that, because I like the Beast Wars were, like, cool, and this is dumb.
Yeah. Like they just...
Beast Wars were awesome.
Don't put something cool in something dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love Beast Wars. But
Beast Wars was
Beast Wars is... It's them from Beast Wars. And, like, they're supposed to be guarding
I thought the gorilla dude from Beast Wars was Optimus Prime.
Optimus Primal.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
He was named after Optimus Prime in this movie.
That's dumb. I'm pretty sure that in Beast Wars he was Optimus Prime. He might have been Optimus Primal or Optimus Prime. But either way, it was Optimus Prime. Whatever, man.
Yeah, when I started watching, I fell asleep like midway through because I was just thrown off by the Unicron thing.
You were done.
I was like, this just... They didn't stick to nothing. You know. But anyways, I digress. Then I watched Tekken.
Tekken?
Tekken.
The movie?
The movie.
Ooh, I think I've seen that. I don't remember it being very good. Isn't the main guy played by the guy who plays Shane's son?
I think so.
Yeah. which is weird because the main guy in Tekken is massive.
Yeah.
He's like huge. He's like,
Well,
like
the main dude, the old guy, was played by the dude that plays Shang Tsung.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but he's itty bitty.
Yeah, I know.
And then, it was okay.
It's an action movie.
Yeah,
it's
it was just something
It's kind of low budget. I won't even say it's low budget. It's just kind of campy. I guess.
I played the game, so I was like, you know what? Let's see what this is about.
I've seen it. It's okay.
Yeah. Those are the only two things I got really a chance to watch.
You guys sound like me. I watched. I started that new Twisted Metal show on Peacock.
Is it good?
I haven't even tried.
I mean,
I want to.
I really wanted to see it.
It's better than what I expected because I was like, that's going to be a pile of dog shit. That's exactly what I thought.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
All the promos I saw for it made it look good.
No. I thought it looked like dog shit. I was like, that doesn't remind me of Twisted Metal at all.
All right.
But it's okay. I mean, I'm watching it. I haven't stopped yet. I'm 3 episodes deep. I haven't. So I'm like, I'll keep watching it and see where it goes. I just think it's kind of. I don't even know how to describe it.
Watch it.
Huh?
I wanted to watch it.
I mean, you could check it out. You might like it more than me. I just feel like at this point, Anthony Mackie just kind of takes whatever's thrown at him. Like, yeah, I'll do that. Like he did an episode of Black Mirror, which was cool. I like that episode.
Yeah.
And then he also did the second season of what's the name of that show I loved? It was a cyberpunk movie or show on Netflix. I'm drawing a blank on it. The first season was amazing, and then he was in the second season, and it just wasn't that good with him in it for some reason. I don't know. I'm not a huge Anthony Mackie fan. I just don't think he's that great of an actor.
Mm.
Like I'm just not a fan.
I can't really think of anything
he's the type of guy that I hate seeing in action roles because he doesn't look like an action guy. You know what I mean? Like he's not an action guy.
If he can play like a comedic action role, then
that's pretty much what he plays in Twisted Metal.
Comedic action.
Yeah, he's the comedic. He's the comedic person in the whole show.
I think he can do comedy pretty.
He does okay, I guess. I don't care I don't know. It's not him, I guess. It's just his
the roles
acting, I guess, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I don't care for him. But one good thing about it does have what's her face from Brooklyn Nine-Nine? She plays Diaz.
Rosie was her name in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, what's her name in
Rosie Diaz.
Rosie Diaz, yeah, and her name is Beatrix something or another. I can't remember her fucking name, but I like her because I remember in Brooklyn Nine-Nine and she was awesome. I love her.
She was,
and she was also in the new Pee Wee Herman movie.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, she was actually.
And we circle back.
Yeah. I watched that. I watched. Trying to think. Did I watch any movies? I don't think I did. I don't think I did watch any movies. I've been trying to inch my way through some It's Always Sunny. I finished up Rick and Morty season 6. And that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think if anything else has came out that I watched. What came out last week? What movies did you guys get?
The Blackening, Nefarious. I didn't watch the other one. What was the other one? I don't remember what the third one.
We were gonna watch that Sympathy for the Devil, the one with Nick Cage.
Mm-hmm.
We were gonna watch that, and I think we're gonna watch it tomorrow instead.
That one looks good.
Yeah, it looks okay.
It's more Nick Cage than
Yeah. It's definitely Nick Cage going full Nick Cage.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what he can because he's apparently the devil. So
right.
Whatever. Anyway,
fuck he wants.
If anybody can play the devil, it's him and Al Pacino.
Yeah. Oh, Al Pacino did great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Vanity, my favorite sin.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he might be the best devil. Well, no. Him and what's his face from
Constantine.
Constantine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was awesome.
I never saw Star Wars.
Never saw Star Wars. He's fucking great. I love that dude.
Make the devil Russian, of course.
Dino Velvet. Peter Stormare.
Peter Stormare, yeah. He was also in 9mm.
8mm.
That's what I said, yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't there one that played the devil in it was an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? I can't remember what it's called.
End of Days.
Yeah, End of Days.
I can't remember his name.
God, I haven't seen that. That's a blast from the fucking past.
That's a great fucking movie.
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
God,
that
who
was
was
actually
that?
his comeback movie.
Who
It was-
Yeah.
played the devil in that?
I can't remember
Fuck.
his name. He was in Cool World though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a pretty.
Gabriel Byrne.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Fucking love Gabriel. He always plays priests or the devil, or like he's always like.
I
that
liked him
guy.
in Cool World.
Yeah.
He was
Oh, I
cool.
loved him in Cool World. I always loved it. I liked him in Ghost Ship too. I like Ghost Ship. I don't know why everybody hates it, but I liked it.
Yeah, Gabriel Byrne. Yeah, I thought he did a great job as the devil.
Mm-hmm. And Gabriel Byrne's a good actor.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's get into our movie this week here.
Let's talk about the movie.
And see what everybody thought of this one. So the movie this week is Starship Troopers from 1997. You got a plot synop?
Yep.
Or do you want to do the what would you guys watch and recommend again? Let's do the plot synopsis, then we'll do that.
Okay. Set in the future, the story follows a young soldier named Johnny Rico and his exploits in the mobile infantry. Rico's military career progresses from recruit to non-commissioned officer and finally to officer against the backdrop of an interstellar war between mankind and an arachnoid species known as the Bugs. Let's see. 2 hours and 9 minutes. Rated R. Casper Van Dien as Johnny Rico. Dina Meyer as Dizzy Flores. Denise Richards as Carbon Ibanez. And Jake Busey as Private Ace Levy. Neil Patrick Harris as Colonel Carl Jenkins.
Clancy Brown.
Oh yeah, he is Career Sergeant Zim.
Zim. All right, Eric, would you rewatch? Would you recommend?
Oh yeah, definitely both. I'd definitely watch them. Recommend.
Resounding
Karen?
fuck yes to both. I love this fucking
So
movie.
I'm on the same page as you. I'm like, yes and yes. This fucking movie is baller as shit.
I love this movie.
Fucking loved it. I was watching it last night just thinking like, God, I love this movie.
Mhm.
It's just so
And
fun.
I don't know about you, but every time I see that scene where like they're coming off the ships, like at the very first where they get their asses handed to them by the
Yeah.
Bugs, but when they're first coming off those ships, I always see the trailer and I hear Blur song 2 because that was the trailer.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
coming off those ships. That song's playing, and like that's always what I hear.
So yeah, let's just get into this shit.
Okay. Here's a question I have. So are they all Americans? The world just America now?
That's so funny that you say that because
That's one of
okay,
the
so
main
don't they
questions I
live
have.
down in South America?
Buenos Aires.
Yeah, they live in South America, but they're American.
They're like
and I'm like,
In the
Everybody
book, they
is.
weren't.
the book is way different from the
Yeah.
movie. I know that. So there's a lot of differences. Like Johnny Rico and like a lot of these guys don't
It's
even
not
know
really
each other.
explained in the movie, and there really is no explanation
Well,
for
you
it.
can't
Is like
probably
the
fill everything in.
Well,
the movie.
no, there really isn't really an explanation other than there
Or
is
would
not
you like
really.
to know more?
Yeah, would you like to know more? There really isn't an explanation. I even looked in like the best thing I got from like the trivia, because I don't remember if I put it in there or not, so I'm just gonna say is like the theory is that like people it's just so populated now that people just kind of migrated that way, and
It's just
everybody's just like the same now or whatever. I
It's
don't
so
know.
crazy.
I mean, I
'cause
can
this movie,
understand that, but man, it was just like American. Everything.
But they all had like like those
Your
names.
typical
And
American.
they look like
suburb
Americans, but
people.
you've got Johnny Rico and Carmen Ibanez and Dizzy Flores, and yeah.
Yeah.
they do. It's so weird because like Dizzy Flores, she had a very Mexican name. Like
And her full name Dizzy is short for something. It's something, and it's a Spanish name. I cannot remember.
but
what
she's
it-
not Spanish in any way.
Mm-mm.
She's got like flowing red locks, like they're like curly.
I love her hair.
Yeah, I do too. Actually,
I love Dizzy.
Yeah, she was the best. Yeah, we're gonna get into
Best
that.
female. All right, let's
All
get
right,
into
so anyway,
it.
let's get into the. We're gonna spoil the shit out of this movie. So if you haven't seen it, do yourself a fucking service and just go watch it, dude.
Fucking watch
This is one thing I'm gonna say. Pause
Medic.
this and then go watch the movie because if you have not seen Starship Troopers, you
it.
need to do yourself a favor and go watch that shit.
Yeah, that's gonna make all the difference.
Anyway, we're gonna get into the full plot here and read all this and then
Talk about it.
Yeah, talk about it. All right, Starship Troopers tells the story of an interplanetary war between Earth and colonies of large insect-like aliens in the 23rd century. It focuses on the experiences of Johnny Rico, played by Casper Van Dien, one of the 3 friends who sign up to the military 1 year before Earth declares war on the arachnids. What?
This is one of my notes.
Oh.
I just noticed it. I was like, oh, shit.
Uh,
I'll say it later on.
The film opens to a futuristic television viewing sequence. The news is dominated by an ongoing war with the aliens called arachnids, or bugs, due to their appearance. A 1-year flashback takes the scene to the posh
Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires High School of a young man named Johnny Rico. One armed history teacher, Mr. Rash. What is it? Rashak?
I can
Rashak.
Rashak. I think
Rashak.
Yeah, Rashak.
Rashak.
I can't remember. He said it like one time,
And then they say it a couple times. They say it in like a manner like Rashak Roadhouse. Like, all right, what did he
But
say?
that's what I'm saying. He said it one time to his parents, and it like he said it normal.
Yeah.
And I can't remember.
Yeah.
Rashak.
Rashak. Yeah, Rashak. Okay, played by Michael
He's my
Ironside.
second favorite.
Yeah, I love. Michael Ironside.
He says my favorite line too.
What?
Come on, you apes! You want to live forever?
Yeah. Okay.
Enrico
Forcefully
Gutierrez.
quizzes his students about the efficiency of naked force in dispute resolution and the need for civic responsibility. A blind, strutting biology teacher, Rue, played by somebody, loudly corrects her students by pointing out the numerous daunting ways the arachnids are superior to humans regarding competitive survival. Rico is shown to have high athletic ability, a very high competitive nature, low math aptitude, great but mostly unreturned love for his girlfriend, Carmen Ibanez, and much indecision about his future. In a short scene where Johnny and Carmen have to dissect a bug as part of a biology lesson, Johnny is also shown to have a strong stomach. Required to dissect a bug for biology class, Johnny nonchalantly carves open and pulls out the creature's innards, while Carmen vomits at the sight of the entrails and runs out.
Did you guys know who the biology teacher was?
No.
Blanche from the Golden Girls.
No.
It was? I couldn't even tell. She was
Yeah.
wearing them glasses and stuff.
I couldn't tell
Makeup
either.
and all
Jeremiah
that,
told
yeah.
me.
I did not know that. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep my eye out for that next time. When Carmen decides to join the federal service, Johnny decides to follow her into the service out of love for her. His parents show immediate revulsion at his choice, which involves 2 years of sacrifice and uncertain survival. His father demands he attend Harvard University and dangles the expensive Outer Rings vacation on Zegama Beach to tempt him. Rico persists and is disowned. They disown his ass because they're like, no, bitch, we ain't gonna have no military bitch in our house. Largely based on their...
Dime from him anyways.
Huh?
I said he was going to see a dime from him anyways.
Oh, they're about to send him to Zegama Beach on the Outer Rings, which sounds fancy. I don't know what that looks like, but...
It wasn't there later.
Yeah, later on it was gone.
Yeah.
Largely based on their academic test scores, Rico is assigned to mobile infantry, while Carmen is assigned to flight school, and his best friend Carl, played by Nero Packard, NPH baby, to the elite games and theory which is military intelligence. A girl from Rico's high school from the football team, Dizzy Flores, long enamored of him, secretly joins the mobile infantry and successfully requests a transfer to Rico's training unit. Rico soon finds the grueling boot camp more difficult than anticipated, with terrible injuries being inflicted by the officers and the NCOs.
Medic!
Yeah. Particularly his drill instructor, Drill Sergeant Zim, played by Clancy Brown, the man himself, in an effort to teach the new soldiers quickly and efficiently. Rico excels at the training and eventually is promoted to squad leader. Carmen decides to go career because of her love of piloting massive starships, which precludes getting back together with Rico after 2 years of service, so she breaks up with him. A high school football rival of Rico, Xander, played by Patrick Muldoon, has intentionally placed himself as Carmen's instructor and makes his romantic intentions known. She never accepts nor rejects, seeming amused and remaining intent on her piloting. After Rico makes an error as squad leader during a live fire training exercise, which results in the death of a fellow squad mate, he is punished by flogging and quits. However, just as he is leading...
Administrative punishment,
yeah. Just as he is leaving the camp, an asteroid destroys Buenos Aires, killing millions, including his parents. Now homeless, his doubt dissolves. He rescinds his resignation, rejoins his unit, and is involved in the newly declared war against the supposed perpetrators. Why do they say supposed? The arachnids of the distant planet Klendathu. What do you mean supposed? They're the one who sent the fucking asteroid.
Well,
You know, I saw...
We don't know who started the war.
That's true, but you know what I always thought, like, is someone brought this up. I watched, like, I was just like, that asteroid that hit Earth, they bumped it with their fucking ship. Even a little nudge like that could throw off the
That's why it's
trajectory.
supposed. There's actually a lot of stuff in the book, and that's why this is satire. Is that we don't really know if the bugs are bad guys or not. We could be the assholes in the story.
Just destroying their planet.
Right.
Yeah.
Just because we want their
yeah, they could have something that we
minerals.
want, and then that's why all of this stuff is propaganda. They're sending all of these messages to everybody to say the bugs are bad, but are they?
Are they? Or are they just bugs?
Yep.
Yeah. The initial invasion of Klendathu is a complete disaster, with 100,000 dead in 1 hour, including several of Rico's fellow bootmates, including Shijumi and Kitten Smith. Rico is one of the few wounded to survive. The Federation Supreme Commander, Sky Marshal Dines, resigns and is replaced by Sky Marshal Tehet Meru. That was like a small, like, nobody cares. That was a small thing in the movie.
I think it was Dean's, and I don't remember what her name was.
She declares that to fight the bug, we must understand the bug, leading to altered and more intelligent battle plans. Makes sense. Rico Dizzy and his friend from training, Ace Levy, are assigned to the super tough MI unit, the Roughnecks. Its soldiers are extremely loyal, most of whose lives have been saved by the commander, as has Rico's. He turns out to be Rico's old high school teacher, fitted with an artificial robot arm, now Lieutenant Raschak. Raschak?
Which is funny because he always tried to keep everyone out
of the military, yeah.
Yeah.
Executing the lessons he formerly taught. After a spectacular and heroic battle on one of the bug worlds, Tango Urilla, Rico is field promoted to corporal and assigns Dizzy as squad leader. After a celebration later that night, Rico and Dizzy partially undress before sharing an amorous and intimate moment in Rico's tent at the MI's makeshift camp. No, they banged.
Yeah, they totally did.
He gave them 20 minutes.
Yeah, they had 20 minutes.
They said 10 first, and he's like, and then he saw her. He's like, make it 20.
Yep.
Because that's cool of him,
Yep.
To let him knock one out like that.
Johnny said, "We can do it."
Yep. We can do it. Do it. Oh shit! Give me 3.
How long
2
I've been holding
minutes
this
is getting
in?
these goddamn pants off. They got all the zippers. Their next mission plunges them into a trap as they are assigned to investigate the silence of an outpost on one of the bug worlds, Planet P. From the only survivor and now a post-traumatic wreck, General Owen, played by Marshall Bell, they discover that the bugs possess somewhere a high intelligence and are sucking the brains out of humans to learn directly from the brains, which is such a fucking stupid thing. It is so dumb. Anyway, moving on. As the troopers realize their situation, a huge force of arachnids attack. Rasjack, and Dizzy Flores, whose last words to Rico, "Don't let me go," and almost all of the Roughnecks die. Dude, that was like the saddest thing when she died too. Because the last thing she said was, "At least I got to have you." Like, how fucking...
Right.
Man, way to fuck a character, dude. Like, because she was like, she pined over him all that time, and then she finally gets him, and then she died.
Mm-hmm.
Just
worst character development in the history.
Oh, for sure, dude. Like, she gets the shaft in this movie.
I'm just gonna read my last note here real quick. It said all the good people die, but yet there's Carmen still sucking air at the end of this fucking movie. Anyway,
spoiler alert: she lives.
The bitch lives.
The bitch lives. She's like sucking souls out of the, like, just breathing. You know what I mean?
Like they even made the comment, that she's not really showing interest or disinterest in Xander.
Yeah.
Right?
Because she strings
everybody a fucking along until she doesn't need them anymore.
Yeah, she strings them along to get her way.
Put a note here to that old girl should have been, he should have said screw Carmen after he caught her flirting with the old dude right off the get go. Like, yeah, fuck you, I'm done with your ass.
Yeah, she's a skank.
Dizzy, he even knows Dizzy wants him.
Dizzy was prettier anyway. Yes.
Denise Richards is pretty hot.
No, her mouth is too big. She'd swallow you whole.
I think somebody's just jealous.
No, I don't like her. No, I'm not jealous. She's a bitch.
Some guys won't complain.
Carmen is a bitch.
I mean, I think Denise Richards was probably a bitch in real life too. So
probably.
I mean, guys won't complain, be swallowed whole. I'm just saying.
No, I don't mean in that way.
Whatever way she wants.
Yeah.
You want to get eaten?
Maybe. Depends on what she's eating.
No, like all of you.
Maybe.
Well, it's not like
cannibalism, you're into... Okay. Whatever trips your trigger, I'm not going to kink shame you.
Anyway, the survivors barely evacuate, having requested a crazy pilot to do the unlikely rescue, who coincidentally turns out to be Carmen. After a funeral service for Dizzy, Rico's old friend Carl, now a colonel in intelligence, gives Rico and Carmen his unapologetic, we're in this for the species, boys and girls. It's simple numbers. They have more. Reason for the deaths of many of Rico's squad mates. Military intelligence had ascertained, sorry, I don't know why I didn't know that word, ascertained that there might be a brain bug on Planet P, and the Roughnecks were used as bait. He tells Rico that the mobile infantry will return to the Planet P and attempt to capture the brain bug for research. Rico accepts the mission, and Carl gives his command of the Roughnecks, who are then reinforced by fresh soldiers, barely in their teens, sent directly from boot camp. Carmen's ship, the Roger Young,
Mm-hmm.
is the one from which the Roughnecks operate. In the offensive, the Roger Young explodes when hit by bug plasma shot from giant bug abdomens. Carmen and
Those were
Xander
not
barely
abdomen.
survive, and their escape pod lands deep underground in a bug tunnel. They are captured, and Xander's brain is sucked out and investigated by the brain bug. I
Good.
bet they didn't find much
Right.
Well, just
because he was dumb. You know,
yeah,
get it?
just how great he thought he was.
Yeah. Man, I feel somewhat arrogant now. That's what the brain bug is
Yeah.
thinking.
Wait, why do I all of a sudden think I'm amazing?
Rico organizes a rescue attempt and manages to save Carmen in the nick of time by threatening the brain bug with a miniature nuke. They escape to the surface safely, where the brain bug has been captured by Rico's former training sergeant Zim. Voluntarily demoted to private in order to be allowed to transfer from training to fighting. Rico, Carmen, and Carl renew their friendship, and the now fearful brain bug is sent to Earth for study in an attempt to find a way to defeat the bug menace. The film ends with an installment message using Rico, Carmen, and Ace as examples of heroes of the military.
Would you like
Would
to
you like
know
no
more?
more?
Would you like to know more?
We don't have any more. That's the end of the show.
If you want to know more, watch the other 4 sequels,
Right.
which I hear aren't very good.
I haven't watched
I-
anything past 1.
Yeah, I have not.
I haven't either.
Usually,
There was also a cartoon.
I don't watch anything that's direct to video. Usually, as a general rule.
Yeah, I know Rico comes back in like the 3rd or 4th one or
Yeah.
something.
Does he?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
So
Yeah.
anyway, the first thing I said was I don't understand how this movie flopped.
I think there was trivia about that. It's something about I don't remember, but there was trivia about it.
One thing part had me cracking up was kids fighting over the gun.
Yeah,
It says right there, it's like kids fighting over the gun. Would you like to know more?
I love Jake Busey whenever he says everyone should have a friend like me.
I wrote that down too. I said, "Ace, everyone needs a friend like me." I wrote something down too about the kids playing with it says letting kids play with guns.
That's the
Executions
future
on
I
TV.
want to live in.
I said letting kids play with guns. Executions on TV. The future sounds great. And you know that execution thing, like the dude was convicted, tried, and sentenced in less than a day.
Yeah,
Holy shit!
to be honest with you, I'm good with that.
Only if they're really guilty.
No, I'm
though.
saying like no, if they're guilty, execute them that day.
I'm all for capital punishment.
I'm not against
End that
it.
shit.
But
why
what
the
I'm
fuck
saying
do we gotta
is,
pay for these guys to sit
why
on
are
death
we
row for
paying
20
taxes
years?
for 'em?
Sure, but how many times has somebody been wrongfully convicted and we find out
True, maybe.
many years later? And
But
there's
how
been
many-
people that have been executed, and then we find out later that they were innocent.
Fuck them.
Jesus.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Jesus, holy
Should have
shit!
been in that area.
Shouldn't have been there.
My God,
Don't implicate yourself. Anyway,
you guys are
the
terrible.
graphics in this movie are fucking good for
Dude, for
1997.
1997, I wrote that down too.
Yeah.
Like, the dead bodies, they looked amazing. Even like
Yeah.
that, even
Even some of the practical stuff.
yeah, like all the practical stuff, the bugs, even like the CGI.
Yeah, the CGI and everything looked good. Like even like especially
For-
the space stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, like this is 1997, and it looks better than some of the stuff coming out now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, holy shit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of.
There's a
practical
couple of
effects in it.
parts in there where I was like, that don't look so good, but most of it looks
But this is
pretty fucking good.
1997.
Yeah, this
That's
is
what I'm
1997.
saying,
The
you know?
CGI in for 1997 was still pretty good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
well,
It was still a little. It was a
well,
little
think
wonky,
about
but-
like what was coming out in '97, like around that time.
Yeah.
Like, what year did the Power Rangers movie was way older than this?
Oh yeah.
that CGI was terrible.
Oh,
I don't even know why they even did that.
that was like 94.
But yeah, like the CG and stuff, and even the practical effects in this was really good. So here's a question I have for you guys: would you rather, like in Diz's case, would you rather be buried or launched into space?
Neither. I'd rather be
I'm saying if you're dead, which one would you prefer?
neither
Wouldn't bother me.
You want to be cremated? Why?
because I don't want to be in a box. Even dead.
Fuck that! I want to be launched into space.
I don't want either.
I want you to preserve my body for the rest of eternity.
Imagine what alien picked you up
Turn me into like their sex doll.
and
I'd be done with that.
they reanimated you.
That's
Did you
rigor
come
mortis,
back?
baby. That's as big as it gets. Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
Probe,
no.
probe me.
I'm kind of with her. I'd rather be just cremated. Yeah, you can send my ashes out the window.
Yeah, you can throw the
whatever.
ashes out the door. I don't care, but like,
No, I want to be
Burn
launched
me.
into space.
Be gone.
I don't
I want to
want
float around space for the rest of forever.
No, I don't. I
Like,
don't
yeah,
want
dude.
that.
Like, I'm never gonna. I'm gonna live on that way. Like, I can see. It's gonna take a long time to get
Some
there, but
spaceship just flying by. Smack! What the fuck was that?
what the fuck is that? It's another one of those dead bodies they used to send out in space like 300 years ago.
yeah,
I don't know why they did that shit. Just polluting space
No, thank
with
you.
bodies.
So many dead bodies just floating around.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
the fucking arachnids really got them.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I like
Uh,
when Carmen comes around and she says, "This is Xander." Like when they meet again or whatever. Like he didn't already know that, and she
Yeah.
knows
Right.
that.
yeah, she's like, "This is Xander. What are you gonna do about
Dude,
it?"
I
Exactly.
You
She
know?
knew what the
I
fuck she
love how
was
they
doing.
played the music during that fight, though, with Xander and Rico.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty nice. I can't remember what the song was.
I don't even understand how the fuck Xander would have ever gotten anything over on Rico. He's pretty much a Marine, and that dude's a flight school bitch.
Yeah.
Like, how much combat has he seen compared to Rico?
Although
Rico,
they had to have some training because they did really well in combat situations.
I
the
yeah, I
fleet.
guess, but they don't have a lot of like.
They wouldn't
Yeah.
have nearly the training that Rico would.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Most of their training took place on a ship.
Yeah. Well,
So-
and that's the other thing is like they totally designed this movie for you to really hate Carmen. Like they show so many scenes of Rico just like getting his ass handed to him, getting flogged, having this horrible time. Somebody dies while he's in boot
And then
camp.
she breaks
and
up with him.
she's up there just having a party. In flight school, I'm having a great time.
Yeah, I remember that
Let's
music.
Run to
That
the bridge,
music with her and her
know?
friend like
Yeah.
running to the bridge. I'm
Yeah.
like, that is the most like playful music you could play in a
Right.
movie like this.
Yeah.
Like, it is so
That's
playful.
her boot camp,
Yeah.
and he's down there suffering. Like,
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
down there in full gear and everything, worried about dying.
He
and-
joined for her, and he's suffering like
Yep.
to hell and back, and she's up there.
But then again,
run
if,
into
if
the
he
bridge
wouldn't
with
have
her best
joined,
friend.
he
I
would have
know-
died.
I know. I don't disagree. I know. I understand that. It's
So
just
in a
that,
way, she saved his life.
it's just that from the viewer's perspective, it's like they didn't give her a chance
right
for the viewer to like at
No.
all
like
Feel
her.
any
like
sympathy
her,
or
feel
yeah.
any sympathy for her or
I don't
any.
feel any sympathy for that bitch.
So like I don't understand the ending then from that perspective. It's like they wanted the viewer to hate her, but yet they
They made her out to be kind of this hero.
they put her there
Yeah.
with the three of them at the end, like you're supposed to be like, oh, she made it, good.
Good. The three friends
her
made
and
it.
Rico be back together now.
No,
No,
I hope he's smarter than that.
I don't want them to ever talk again. Like
Well, she commands the ship that he's.
I
He's
give
in.
a fuck. Like I want him to see her in the hallway and go like that every time he sees
Fuck
her.
you. Could have had my babies, but
Yeah, like fuck her.
but
Arm
you a
around another
hoe.
Arm around another girl. Bitch.
I said, bitch.
I
I
looked
said,
her right in her eyes. I said,
Bitch. That oath that they had to take, basically, if you listen to that oath, it basically says that they're in the service forever.
Yeah.
Like it says not less than 2 years and until the Federation doesn't need you anymore.
Yeah.
Or you die.
Like, okay.
How long is that then?
Yeah, like, okay. So you
yeah.
don't need me anymore? No, we still need you. Oh, okay.
I'm upset that Breckenridge died. That was the dude that died at boot camp.
Oh, yeah, he died way too early.
Yeah. I think he should have had more.
In real life, the chick that
So-
shot him and him,
I would.
they have kids
So
together.
it's been
Yeah.
25 years since this movie. It's been 25 years. A little more than.
Yeah, a little.
Little more. So what if they made a sequel?
Like a real
Like
sequel.
a sequel to
A
the
real
first
sequel to
movie.
it?
Nothing. Like ignore those other. Like they do it all the time now.
Yeah.
Ignore those
Retro.
other movies.
Original
Give us a
cast.
sequel to this movie.
Original cast.
Original cast. Bring back all of them. You know what I mean? Like they're all still
All the
alive.
ones that are
25
still
years
alive.
Even
later.
busy.
Even- well, that'd be cool, but no.
He's half a body now.
Yeah, half a body. I survived. But no, like bring back Denise Richards, Jake Busey.
Ooh.
Bring back Rico.
Some of them are looking pretty rough. I think
They are.
Casper's the only one that looks decent anymore.
Probably, but I'm just saying, like, bring them back, and let's get a proper sequel going with a new group of guys. Like, make like Rico's like this. He's still in charge of the Roughnecks,
What'd they do with the
and he brings in like a new sort of like Rico-esque, Johnny Rico-esque kind of guy who kind of steps up and like and then like that would be badass. I'd be down for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe you guys have like resolved the conflict with the bugs, but it's coming back and the war is started back up again or something like that.
Show
Like
us
maybe
what
you start out in
knowledge
peacetime and then
Yeah.
you see the
You see
conflict
progression,
rising
yeah.
up.
Show us what knowledge they got from the brain bug.
Or better yet, maybe not do a movie. Give me a fucking TV show, like an HBO or
I like that idea.
like
yeah.
a high budget TV show that takes place right after the first movie.
Give it one
Yeah.
season, and then see if they can make money.
See
off
what
of
happens
it.
with it. I'd watch the fuck out of that.
Hell
Dude.
yeah,
It'd
I
be
would.
awesome.
I fucking love this
Make
movie.
it violent and kind of like fun and campy like that, dude. Yeah, I'd be down. I'd be alright with
You know, this was another thing that I found kind of interesting. Do you know, I can't think of any, but can you think of any other movie that starts up at like the midway point? Because usually when a movie starts up, like usually when a movie starts up and you know, like you're seeing this scene and then it says 1 year later or whatever, or 1 year earlier, it's usually the end. Like you saw the end scene
and then
you come back to that end scene
shows you what happened,
and then it shows you what
Yeah.
happens at the end. But that was the midway point.
No, I've seen other movies like that.
I think I have too. I just
I
can't
can't-
think of
yeah.
any.
That's
off
what
the
I'm
top
saying.
of my
Like, I
head.
can't think of any other movies that did that. And like, I was watching this one again, and I was kind of like, huh. Like, I can't.
Like it goes from an
Think.
action scene and it says 1 year early, or previous.
Like, it starts up at a midway point, not an end point. Usually, they start at an end point. and then you
most
get to
times,
see the
yeah,
rest
they
of the
start up
scene.
at an
I've
end
seen
point,
things
but
when it would start from, like you said, middle and then go back.
maybe not even the middle, but like 15, 20 minutes before the end. You know
Right,
I
that's
mean,
what
or
like
something
the
that.
end point, and then you get to see the final,
Yeah.
like the end scene.
the
but like
final
it starts at
climax.
the end of the movie.
Yeah.
But this started like at the middle, you know, which I found kind of
Okay,
interesting.
so I
I guess you don't see that very
I guess
often.
the first John Wick did that. Like it showed the end and then it went back to the
Yeah,
beginning.
John Wick did.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I guess you don't see it very often.
That's
I
what.
guess.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
Which
like,
makes
it's
it very
not-
interesting
yeah.
because you're like, oh man, what the fuck, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So and that shows
And then when
how
you
it gets
come
to that
back
point.
to it, because as a person that watches a lot of movies, you're thinking, oh, that's the end. Like they're gonna get their asses kicked. They're gonna die. You know, you think Johnny's gonna
kind of
die.
throws you off, throws off your expectations. a
Yeah,
little
and then
bit,
you see that part coming up, and you're like, oh, no, we're not even close to done here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I paused it about that point too, and it was like still an hour left in the
Mhm.
movie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
'Cause
It
that
kind
is
of
like the
throws
halfway
you off
point.
just because most people are expecting that to be an end point, pretty close to
Right.
the end. Here's another part where they kind of throw Carmen under the bridge, is where, you know, she finds out that Johnny's dead, or she thinks Johnny's
Yeah.
dead. She goes, oh no. That's her reaction. Oh no.
yeah, she doesn't give a shit. So okay, the one thing that really did, like the one thing I didn't like about
They
this movie,
set her up so bad.
I'm not even laughing about that. That was what Joseph said, how he said it. Yeah, she didn't give a shit. Anyways,
Yeah, she didn't give a shit.
So the thing, because that's one of the things that drove me nuts about this movie was the Rico and Carmen thing.
Mhm.
I was like, dude, why do we gotta have this? Like, it's honestly the most annoying part of the whole movie is those two.
yeah,
and the
It's
their
more
love
so
dynamic.
It's more so Johnny. That
it
drives
is
me nuts.
like he keeps pining over and pining over. If they would just make her a character, like they were friends to begin with, never lovers,
Yeah. That
never
would've been
anything
fine.
like that. They were just
then
friends.
you wouldn't have had to hate her so much, and the Dizzy thing would have just been sad.
yeah,
you know,
that's probably one of the reasons why.
But like, you really, really feel bad for Dizzy because of that whole
right.
thing. Because there's this whole thing with someone's getting killed.
I was murdered.
I was murdered.
Groovy.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Well, Lottie freaking da!
Just gonna go upstairs. Jack's gonna be just sitting there on the ground. I was murdered.
I was murdered.
But it's
Sorry.
because
How many
of that
assholes we
dynamic.
got on this ship anyhow? Yo! I
He's
knew it. I'm
upstairs.
surrounded by assholes.
Yep, upstairs.
But it's because of that dynamic between Johnny and Carmen that you feel so bad for Dizzy
Yeah.
and that character development there.
Yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why I've knocked this movie off a point was because of just the simple fact of the love story that didn't need to be in it. It
really
they
didn't.
centered a lot of things around it, and it just didn't. It took it away from.
It really didn't. They
from
could have
it.
just gave Johnny this like moral compass of like, I want to do this because it's what's good and what I
Yeah.
want to do. Not I'm doing it for a girl.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like fuck that, dude. Like let him be his own character. Stop evolving his character around that he's swooning over this skank that probably wants nothing to do with him to begin
Well,
with.
exactly.
I think that, I don't know, I think it lends to the story and the fact that, one, he wouldn't have joined without her, right? So there's that. then there's 2. It pushes his character so far, and then you see him do that about face, right? Like the whole thing happens with Dizzy, and you see him go, okay, fuck you. I'm doing this for me.
Right.
So it does help his character develop.
That's true.
So I think that it does help the plot.
I guess you're
It helps
right. I
the
guess
story.
without that, it makes him kind of a boring character.
It does. This
So.
with as much as you hate it, I hate it too. As
Right.
much as you hate it, it does add that depth
I
that the
guess you're right
story
about that,
needs.
Yeah. I guess without that, it does make him just a boring.
It makes
man.
it makes the story every other military story you've ever
Yeah,
seen.
exactly.
It gives this whole thing a depth that wouldn't be there otherwise.
Right, I get it. I guess. I don't know. Maybe if they would have, well, they kind of did though. I think that the way they pursued the whole Dizzy and Rico thing was short lived, and it was too short lived.
Yeah, I agree.
Like so, like they finally get together, and then she dies the next
Yeah.
day. It's like, dude, like what a shaft! Like
Yeah.
what a fucking like way to just rail it.
Yeah,
You know, like shove it right up her ass. Like, come on, man. Like,
well, and they do it to you too. It's like another thing for the viewer. You know, like
this whole
you
time you're
hate
rooting for
Carmen
Dizzy.
so fucking much.
Yeah,
and you're rooting for Dizzy, and then this happens to Dizzy like that,
Yeah.
and you're just like, seriously,
Yeah,
fucking seriously.
Yeah.
Like, if she was gonna die, okay, but maybe more towards the end of the movie. Like,
right.
why did it have to happen? Like,
Why'd it have to happen right here?
right here? Yeah,
Yeah.
But-
Why couldn't she be a part of that friend trio?
yeah. Maybe Carmen could have died.
Yeah. Instead, let Carmen die and give that some resolution.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know, man. Like that's just
I don't disagree with what you're saying. It's just I'm saying that without that, you lose the depth that is in this story, and it's there because of that whole bullshit.
I did say
plot.
that this is probably the best acting you'll ever see out of Denise Richards, though, because that bitch can't act.
Wooden
yeah,
as
very
shit.
wooden. Like,
Maybe that's why the
"Yay."
oh no thing drove me nuts, because it was like she's supposed to be.
Most of her,
Oh,
most of
no.
her in the movie was pretty wooden.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's
what.
like,
Yeah.
she definitely looks like she's reading off some cue cards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's very, I don't know, she's just not a good
That
actress.
mouth, man.
She was definitely just a model that they're
That's
like.
what she looks
She,
like.
she was definitely just a model that they're like, okay, she's hot, put her in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like in a movie or whatever. I don't think this was her first movie. I'm not sure.
No, probably not.
I know she was in.
No,
Wild
her
Things.
best acting was actually in was it Signs? Where she was like,
She wasn't inside.
yeah, she played his wife, didn't she? She was pinned? Or was that Scary Movie?
Well, I say
No,
Sign-
Scary Movie.
Scary
She
movie.
was pinned.
like,
Yeah, she was pinned.
so she
And
definitely
was like,
wasn't in.
she was like,
Signs.
no sex, and he's like, oh, close your eyes, it's okay. No sex, and he's like, it's okay, she's dying, and yeah, that was definitely her best acting.
Yeah.
Scary Movie 3, I think it was 3.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't
Yeah.
the first one or
Yeah,
second
it
one.
was the third one.
Yeah, because it was the one at
Because they were
the
making
farm.
fun of Signs.
Yeah. Remember when he puts out the light? That was the funniest part in that movie.
Was it Charlie Sheen was in that one too?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
he
saying.
was the
He
husband.
was the husband,
Yeah.
and she was pinned.
She
And
saying
he
no
was
sex,
he
and
was like he's like, don't ever. She's like, don't ever get married again. And he's like, okay, I won't. She's like, I mean, no sex. And he's like, oh no, look, honey, you're dying. And like, she's like, no sex. And he's like, oh no, you're dying. Yeah,
Yeah, right. No sex for Charlie Sheen.
yeah,
Real.
yeah.
Uh,
So why did the officers have to look like Nazis?
good question. Yep.
Yeah, they came into Dizzy's funeral looking awfully Third Reichish.
I was thrown off too by the creepy lady laughing over the kids stomping the bugs.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was so bad.
Those propaganda films are great.
Yeah.
Like they really drive home the satire. Like
Yeah.
that they are great. Whoever did those like propaganda
Ooh,
films,
yeah.
they did great. And also, you know, I thought it was kind of dumb that they would take those ships into combat zones. Those giant ships.
I didn't understand that either. Like, you're gonna take
those
that.
are awfully unwieldy, even if they're
Yeah.
above
Why
the
would
planet.
you fly in so low? Like, send your pods down.
Yeah.
Not the.
Yeah, they're
never
right
understood
above
that.
that planet.
Yeah.
Like, and then, you know, they're
Barely
like,
any room to maneuver.
yeah, and then, you know, those plasma things kept happening, and then they're like, oh no, we're wrecking into each other. Well, yeah, because you can't fucking move anywhere. You're too big.
They were told that the plasma was a discharge that wasn't going
They were
to
just
hurt.
lights.
Yeah,
That's
were
what they
just
told them.
lights.
They were just lights.
The fuck they were.
Yeah, she's like, oh, somebody made a mistake.
Oh,
Somebody
yeah.
made a big fucking mistake. And all these planets have oxygen, apparently.
That's what I was thinking
Yeah.
too. Like these planets have no.
Like you don't need any.
You don't see any life at all except for these bugs, but there's air on it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't
It's not
understand
even
that.
poisonous
Yeah.
or nothing.
No problem. And like, okay, so you're given the idea that this conflict has been going on for quite some time
Yeah.
because they have bugs down there that they can, cut into. They're talking about them in classes. So you have this idea that it's been happening for a while. So how did Clendathu happen?
What do you mean?
If they thought the bugs were stupid, and that's how they were like slaughtered at Clendathu.
Because they misjudged them.
But
I
how
think
can
it
they
was all- I
misjudge
think it
them
was
if the
all-
conflict's been going on for so long? They literally know nothing about their enemy.
I think that this has been a conflict that has been building. So it's kind of like whenever Japan.
But how did they get the bugs that they can dissect? How do they know what they know?
Oh, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe it's still a fairly new conflict.
They were bred.
I don't get it. Like, how do
bread.
you?
Why would they be baking bread?
No, they bred the.
I know,
the,
it's a joke.
the bugs.
I don't get it. Like, if you have that conflict long enough to have classes on it, teach the propaganda, have the bugs to dissect, create entire generations that hate these bugs, right? This hatred for these bugs is deep, and it goes generations. So they know nothing about these bugs
No, I guess not.
and generations of hatred.
I guess not.
Okay,
I don't know, man.
that one didn't make any sense.
So
that
there's a book about like this is all based off of
Thinking
a
too
book.
much into it.
The book is far more serious.
this is crazy because I've seen this movie literally thousands of times, and that's the first time I've thought of
Hold
that.
on a minute. What's going? Like, why do they hate each other? What
Yeah.
started this?
Yeah, and then like I'm thinking about Clendathu, and I'm thinking, how do they not know that they like this can't be their first fight with them?
Right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a
man.
big plot. That's a big hole for me.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Maybe the bugs just made them think that they were dumb. They just wanted to draw them in so they could kill them all.
You know what? I'm going to blame it on
Maybe.
Denise Richards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but blame
Maybe-
Carmen, fucking bitch.
Maybe it
Carmen
was her,
started
They
it.
just wanted her smile upon them. That's all it was.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It just drove me nuts because I thought if they've got that much of a conflict going on for that many years,
It's a smile moon wide.
what?
It's a smile moon wide.
the fuck?
I don't
So I think Madison's at work and she's going to do her review from the bathroom. I said, "Are you ready for your review?" And she said, "Hold on, let me see if I can go to the bathroom." It's like, if you're at work, don't do the
Yeah,
review.
don't do the review if you're at work.
I
Hold
thought
on.
she said she was at her grandpa's.
I think she had to work today. I don't know. I'm confused. I don't even know where my own child is.
Oh. Where's this kid at
Yeah,
anyway?
I'm not sure where she's at or what she's
You
doing.
need to get that ankle monitor on her.
Yeah.
You have to get that
Yeah.
Fisher Price one.
Fisher Price one. Speaking of which, you guys ready to jump into the reviews?
Yeah, I've got
or-
all of mine.
I'm good on my
I'm done.
notes.
Let's go, this bitch.
I guess we could start out with Madison.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and-
Go ahead and make sure she gets to the bathroom, though. I'm really interested to hear what she has to say.
Yeah, because this is definitely a movie we grew up with that I guess you could say, I wouldn't say grew up with, but like, I guess I would have been like 11 when this movie came out.
Yeah.
So,
Like middle school age, but
yeah,
You said it was about 20 years ago?
97.
97.
I was
So,
about 7 then.
so I think for
About
me,
12, yeah.
I grew up on this movie for the most part, I guess, but it was awesome then. And like the first time I watched it, this movie's awesome.
hmm
Like, I loved it even then. So like,
I'll be honest, even with the plot holes and the things that
Yeah.
I still fucking
I
love it.
still love it. Like, you
still
don't
love
have to
it.
care about those plot holes. Like some of the trivia in this is I know some of the trivia from the movie too. It is pretty wild.
Yeah.
So I know like the shower scene.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, like he got naked so they'd all feel more comfortable about being.
I don't
naked.
remember if I put that in there or not because he was really all about like the thing that kind of messed me up about that trivia was that he was all about these like co-ed naked scenes. He'd been trying to do it for like his last 10 movies and for some reason like he couldn't do it for this, that, or the other. And then he finally gets one and he's all excited about it. It's like, dude, put your heart on away. Like, calm down.
He's all about getting naked in front of everybody.
Well, he was all about having a co-ed like shower
He's
scene,
from,
which
he's
that's fine.
foreign.
Well, actually, I do have to give him a lot of credit for that though, because like he has the same problem I do with American cinema, where like we're fine with violence, right? Like sit your kid in front of the TV and let them see people get blown away all day long, but don't let them see a fucking nipple.
Right.
Don't let them see a nipple because
I don't get it either because I'm very much of the same. I'm like, dude, like it's just like who cares?
I don't care.
It's
A
the
nipple
human
is
body.
nipples are
All
natural.
right, here's Maddie. She must be in the bathroom.
Okay.
What's up?
What's up?
Are you in the bathroom at work?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Fired her first day.
Her first day.
But I looked at my schedule and then it scheduled me for any other Tuesdays this month, so we're good.
All right, good. Let's hope they don't. She's in the bathroom.
You
at
tell them
work.
no Tuesdays.
No Tuesdays.
Well, I told them that at the interview and they scheduled me for this Tuesday, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm not really going to be there anyways, but I can figure something out, right?
Right.
Yes, I did. Can you hear it echoing?
A little bit. Not really. You sound fine.
Okay.
The acoustics are great.
Your coworkers can hear you.
Tell me you had to take a massive dump.
No, I had told them, I asked them if I could go to the bathroom.
Okay. Well, give
Be
us a
quick.
review. What'd you think of the movie?
I thought it was okay.
Just so you know, I'm reaching back.
She's got her fist balled up.
A fist balled up?
Yeah, she's got her fist balled up because you said it was okay.
Oh, sorry. Well,
You're not her favorite no more.
it was like 2 in the morning last night whenever I finished it.
It's like a personal problem.
Yeah, it's not the movie's fault.
So
Well, I
what
was
you?
talking with Ada.
So what do you think of it then?
I like the music to it.
The music.
Yeah. okay, I give it like can I give it quarters?
No, we do halves.
Fine. I give it a 7.
What were you gonna give it? A 6.75?
No, I was gonna give it a 7.25.
Okay, a 7. That's fair.
Yeah.
You didn't have to be nice about it. You could give it whatever rating you want.
I know. I was
It's
gonna give it a 7
unacceptable.
anyways.
Oh, okay.
But, like, so it comes-
That's still pretty good, though. I mean, a 7's pretty good. Okay, well, there it is. And don't worry, everybody. She'll be back next week.
She won't be in the bathroom this time.
Yeah,
I won't be at work.
she won't do a review from the bathroom either.
Don't get fired on your first day.
Yeah, get fired because you're calling in a review. It's like, she's in there on her phone.
The door doesn't close either, so if they hear me, I'm screwed.
Oh my god. Go back to work. All right, I love you.
Love you guys.
All right.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
You need to call for me like 10 minutes. Yeah, I got fired.
Yeah, I got fired, Dad.
Can you come pick me up?
She just started a new job today, so
We're all looking forward to her being able to use her discount for us.
yeah, her discount is what we're looking forward to. Yeah, a lot of home repairs around here going on.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I guess it's our turn. Eric, what do you think, man?
So, I mean, I love the action in it. The comedy in it, the B-rated goodness in it. So, I mean, I'm going to come in here probably at, I want to say 7.5. Like I said, the love thing kind of just threw me off. I understand where you're coming from. Like it brings in that benefit, but it just, to me, it feels like it shouldn't have been there.
You're wrong, but that's fine.
Your face is wrong.
Everybody's entitled to their wrong opinions.
There you go.
Yeah, I gave it a 7.5 for me.
Karen's like very disappointed with everybody's
I am.
scores.
You guys suck.
Karen, what do you think of the movie, man?
All right, so obviously, like,
She's going to give it a high rating just to bump it
fuck
up.
yeah, I am.
Hold on.
Well, Lottie frickin' da!
Anyways, don't give a shit. Let's go to Joseph.
That's fine.
No, go ahead, Karen.
Thank you. He's the fucking host, not you.
Piece of shit.
Anyway,
I'm not a hoe. You're a hoe.
I said host.
Oh, I thought you said you're the hose.
What?
The hostess with the mostest.
The hostess with the mostest.
He's not a girl. Be nice.
Who are you to say what I am?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
How
I didn't
dare-
mean to assume your gender.
Yeah. How dare you?
How dare you?
I am going to say that
I'm a man.
there's a lot of things about this movie that I really love. And obviously I've talked about a few things that I didn't like. The Clandathu thing. I don't get that. I really don't.
Knock it for a point.
But let's go for the fact that it's 1997 and they made that CGI look like today's looks
It's like
shit.
Marvel Cinematic Universe type good.
Yeah, like today's looks like shit in comparison when you think about it being 1997. Those dead
It looks
bodies
that
look
good,
really
yeah.
good. The acting, while in some places can be cheesy, but like, you know, Michael Ironside is amazing. And Clancy Brown when he was in it, because he wasn't in it for very long.
No.
But like he did a really good job.
He captures the brain bug though.
He did. And he took an emotion to do it.
Yep.
I think they really captured the spirit of the military. You know, my ex-husband was in the military, so I was around a lot of those guys. And I think that that's the thing that they do the most perfect is capturing that camaraderie and the like I always go back to the scene where he calls Carmen and he's talking to her and he's, you know, going to send her like what are those like little disc things or whatever. And he's trying to have a normal conversation with her, but they're all in the background like mooning and, you know, like that kind of stuff that's how it is. You know, like they don't care that you're trying to have a serious conversation. They're going to fuck with you, you know? But like, it's just an all around good movie and it's an all around good time. I think they did a really good job with, the script. I know that you guys had a problem with the romantic element. I didn't care for it myself, but I also understand why it's there.
You helped me understand it, so
I think that
I wouldn't have thought about it like that, but whenever you explained it to me, I'm like, okay, that does make sense.
it's there for a reason.
It's there for a reason.
So
yeah.
I understand it. I hate it, and I hate her.
Because I know in the
I
book,
get it.
like, there was no romantic thing going
No, there's a
on,
lot
and
of things that are
so,
different about the book.
Like, half the friends didn't even know each other.
Yeah,
in the
and
book,
there's
so.
a reason for that. Like, the director didn't even read the book.
Right.
He had one guy explain it to him, and then he was like, yeah, we're going to go with satire, we're going to do this. You know,
Okay.
he changed a lot of things. But, in any case, I'm going to give it a 9 because I fucking love this movie. And I don't have to give you any other reasons.
Yeah, so suck it.
You too.
I mean, usually that Clandathu thing, I'd knock a movie pretty hard for that, but I love this movie.
Yeah. See, I'm kind of on the same page with Karen. This movie's amazing. I've seen it. I saw it the year it came out. So I've pretty much grew up with this movie for about 25 years. And it's still baller as shit to this day. And 26 years. Yeah, 26 years. So, yeah, this movie's awesome. I love it. The CG holds up. The action it's a fun fucking movie. From beginning to end, it is fun. I love all the future stuff. Like, even the future stuff looks like shit. Like, it's not a product. It is a product of its time, but it doesn't look like a product of its time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the thing.
So, like, the future stuff I mean, I guess in a couple of areas, sort of like maybe the TV monitors, shit like that, kind of look a little cheesy. But
Yeah,
like
you
a
can
lot
see
of the
the
stuff, you
datedness
can see
from
the
that,
datedness
yeah.
in that. But for the most part, the movie holds up. It's not a product of its time. It's standard. Like it still looks good even today. Like, yeah, it looks a little grainy at some points and blah blah blah. But that's because it's an old movie. But the movie itself is just it does so well. The satire is awesome. I love all of the promotional shit that they show throughout the movie. Click here to learn more.
Would you like to know more?
Would you like to know more? So stuff like that, I love it. I love all the actors. Even Denise Richards, as stupid as she is in this fucking movie, she fills her role and she plays it well because we need her to be someone that we don't want to like.
Yeah, that's true.
So she's good in that. I love Casper Van Dien as Rico. I hated that he didn't blow up after this.
Oh, shit.
I wanted to see him in so much more. He was in like Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, that's the only other thing
Like that's
I know.
the only other thing I
Yeah.
can think of him being in, and he was so cool, man. I wish I had seen him in more.
What was he in Sleepy Hollow?
He was
He was the love interest of the
he was her
girl or
fiance,
whatever.
I
fiance,
think.
yeah.
Christina Ricci's
Yeah.
fiance.
Anyway,
Not at all.
he gets
You don't
he gets
remember that?
decapitated.
Yeah, he dies.
But anyway, so
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it. Also, I don't know, man. There's a lot of things I love, like the practical effects, the action. It's funny. It's just an all around good fucking movie. It's violent. It's just fun, and I'm gonna agree with Karen. It's a 9, easily a 9.
That's right.
Like I was gonna go 9.5. I was like, that's pushing it though. It's a 9.
Yeah, I knocked it down to half a point for the Clendale.
Well, yeah. See, I was like, this is like I was like watching like this is easily a 9.5. This is the thing. Last night, it's like I gotta think about. It, I was like, it's not a 9.5. Like I love the movie, but it's not 9.5 worthy.
No.
Like that's near perfect, and it's not a near perfect movie.
No.
But it's just it's a movie for me that I have a lot of love for.
Absolutely.
And for that reason, it gets a 9.
So that's the aggregate is 8.1. Then.
Me and Karen over here bringing that score up for you and Madison.
Carry that shit on our backs.
Can I change my score
To what?
6.5.
What a
Too late. It's already in.
Yep, it's in there.
See?
Anyway, with that being said, let's get into a few Rotten Tomatoes reviews and
93.
stuff.
Oh, for critics, I'm gonna go 65. They hated it.
Oh, critics? Yeah. Fuck it. I'm still going with 93.
You're gonna lose.
I know. It's alright. I'm going 93 all the way around. On the insane critics.
You're gonna do 93 for both?
Yep.
Shit.
For both.
65 and 74.
Hold on, I'm looking. God damn it, where are you at?
Rotten Tomatoes site, and then look up Starship Troopers.
I know. Here it is, I
Movie
found
on
it.
there.
All right, what are you guys' scores?
93.
93,
65.
65. Karen's going to take this one. It is a 71%, which is surprising as shit to me. I thought they would have shit all over this movie.
So did I.
71%. All right, so what do you guys think for audience?
93.
74.
Karen's going to take this one to 70%. It is a 70%.
Nobody likes this movie.
Audience is
Well, it's a
lower?
little better now than it used to be.
I think it's grown a following.
Yeah.
I think it's grown a cult
It's more
following.
a cult
Like I said,
status.
audience is lower than critics.
Yeah.
Just by
People
one
hated
point,
this
but-
when it first came out.
Yeah, nobody liked it when it came out.
Yeah.
Critics' consensus is a fun movie if you can accept the extensive gore and wooden acting. I can take it.
Yeah.
There's
I've
only
seen-
one wooden actor.
I mean, Casper Van Dien's not exactly the best actor, but
No, but he's not exactly wooden either.
Yeah.
He's got some expression.
that's true. But it's just
Not bad.
like it ain't about the acting; it's about all the other stuff.
Yeah, it's all the goodies.
Hey, and Dina Meyer looks fine. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, they all look fine.
She does a really good job, too.
All right, let's go through some shitty Rotten Tomatoes reviews here from these people. Let's see, y'all.
I see the Illuminati.
So we're gonna give you guys a couple of 1 stars, maybe less if there are any. Here's a 3 star. It just says this movie is bananas. Like that is one way to come away from a movie like that fucking shit was bonkers, dude. Like,
I mean, they're not wrong.
Here's a 2 star, too over the top, even as a parody. Okay.
You see, I mean, if it's over the top, most people are just.
It's
gonna
not
sit
really
there
a
like,
parody, though. I mean, I guess it kind of is. But
It's a satire. It's not
Yeah.
a parody. Parodies are...
yeah, I guess it's not a parody. It'd be a satire.
Yeah.
It is a lot to take in with this movie.
Okay, so here's a 2 star. The acting sucks. That's the one thing. That's one thing. This is like watching a CW teen drama in space that just happens to have pretty good VFX and CGI and practical realms.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
incredibly
it's-
violent, incredibly stupid, and my favorite parts are the old style war recruitment ads. A big issue I had with this movie is that I did not give a single damn about any of these characters. They are so lifeless. Wow, you have a really good...
So his favorite part was the biggest joke in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just made sure.
At least he had a good he had
Yeah,
reasons.
He had
Reasons.
good reasons. He had reasons. That's good. At least,
Ah.
at least
Oh,
there
like
was
you
a
just
well...
said it sucked. Okay, bye.
Yeah,
Okay,
that was a well...
So here's a half
yeah.
a star. Horrible film, a senseless script, wooden acting, primary grade dialogue, and gratuitous nudity. I wouldn't say gratuitous. They
Was
had
it, like,
one...
tits and dicks.
There was like
everywhere. It
one scene where like
the shower
the shower scene and then the sex scene between
yeah.
them.
That was
And
it.
And
Yeah, that
again,
was really it.
that's the problem with Americans. They can't stand nudity, and it's
Yeah.
like,
There wasn't any real dicks, it was just fucking
Paul Farrowhaven, and Edward Neumeier stole the name of a major book, but didn't use any of it, which is true. They did whitewash the entire cast.
Yep.
In this book. Ibanez and Rico are Filipino, and Flores is Hispanic. In the movie, they are white. I couldn't finish it. It was that bad.
yeah, I think Johnny is actually supposed to be Juan or something like that.
Yeah, that's why his last name is
Juan.
Rico.
Yeah, Juan Rico.
Here's a 1 star. This is a long one. Just watched this in 2021, and boy, does this echo the Trumpist movement. This movie is the usual. Okay, they're just trying to throw some political bullshit in there. Never mind. I'm not reading that one.
Mm-mm.
I don't like the politics stuff. How about you just
Yeah.
shove it up your ass?
Well,
Half
the
a star.
point of the movie is
Movies are not supposed to be political,
Well,
people.
it is political. It's a satire on politicism, but the whole point is it's like 1997. You can't direct it at anything going on today. I mean,
No.
you could.
That's what he said. This is
but-
the Trumpiest movie ever.
Yeah,
Dude,
you
this came out in 97.
Yeah.
You could. They don't even talk about their president. They don't.
No.
Like I said,
Whatever.
political. Oh shit! What am I trying to say?
Like military politics, maybe.
Yeah,
But
politics
even
should not
then,
be-
it's just picking fun at it. Okay, so here's a half a star. This is the last one I'm going to
Well,
do.
it's about using the military as pawns,
Right, exactly.
which happens today.
Which
But
still,
you can't.
it happens everywhere in the world.
You can't really. I mean, you can direct that pawn, or you can direct that correlation, but why?
Right. How anyone can take this movie with a grain of
And
salt
Trump
is
never
beyond
used the
me.
military as pawns.
Right. Two sexes bathing together is not going to happen, nor can bugs shoot plasma bolts out of their rear ends with any accuracy whatsoever.
Well,
This movie is
we
a
also
total
can't travel to
Okay,
faraway
so
planets
for
yet,
one,
so
two sexes bathing together. Apparently, there's like 60 some sexes now. So, yeah, they can. Also, there's no such thing as any bug that shoots any kind of plasma out of their ass. So
Well,
that's how this is so made up.
we still can't travel to faraway planets either.
Yeah,
So these are
so
your
who
problems.
knows?
I mean,
Like, who gives a shit though, too?
Beetle just comes out.
Anyway, so that's your movie for
That
the
would be
week
funny.
there. Another one done, son. Oh, what do we got? See here. Let's get into some trivia. Karen?
Sweet ass trivia with Karen.
several scenes were filmed following Carmen coming to grips.
Wow, dude. Were you in the movie? Because you are so wooden right now.
Yeah, I actually auditioned for Carmen, but they said that I had too much emotion.
You had too much emotion. Sorry, you are way too smart to play Carmen.
Like, you know what? Going back to
Did you
the
just
wooden-
twitch your mouth?
Yeah.
Did you
No,
actually have facial features, or
The
did you
one-
actually have facial expression?
when he told her to try it on for size, when he told her he loved her, and she said it back? Did you notice? She's like,
I love you.
She didn't even open her teeth.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah.
I know. I noticed that. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, like, you believe that?
Yeah,
Because I don't.
He was like, oh, my heart melted. Like, dude, no.
She didn't mean
She
that.
didn't mean it. Like,
Yeah.
she was totally just like,
You. Like, she almost grimaced.
Like, I think she
Yeah.
farted a little bit when she said it.
Yeah. She looked like she smelled something bad. All right.
He's just too clingy for her. That's all it was.
Yeah, well, anyway, we talked about it. Several scenes were filmed following Carmen coming to grips with the supposed death of Johnny Rico while starting a relationship with Xander. However, test audience started to hate her character for hooking up with another man so soon after the death of her former lover, and were very vocal about it. The scenes were subsequently deleted,
Ever
although
hook up with him?
the
Well,
scenes were
in a-
subsequently
yeah.
deleted, although a relationship between Carmen and Xander is still implied in the rest of the movie. So they hated her for that. Like, I hated her with the
From-
movie
See,
as it is.
Yeah, I hated her at the
cheating
beginning.
or- yeah, flirting with the dude right off the get go. It was like, yeah.
Well, and, yeah, like 2 seconds into the movie.
Yep.
In a 2016 interview, Casper Van Dien revealed a funny incident where he was picking up his two daughters from school. I went by the line at school to pick up my kids. You know, you drive up to the school, and when I get there, and there are these 6, 10, and 8-year-old boys hanging out with my daughters. I pull up in the line, and the boys go, Johnny Rico, why didn't you tell us your dad was Johnny Rico? And I said, what are you boys doing watching Starship Troopers? And they said, our dads made us watch it with them. And then my daughters get in the car, and my 10-year-old says, Dad, were you really naked in Starship Troopers? And I said, yeah. And she said, how could you do that to me? Then my 8-year-old says, wait, like naked? And I said, yeah. And she said, oh my God, my life is ruined. That was the longest 3-minute ride of my life.
Yeah, but it wasn't like, all they did was show his butt.
Yeah, but I'm sure his daughters haven't seen it. So these guys are telling him, oh, we see your dad's naked. Your dad was naked. You know what I mean?
I saw his butt. Who cares? He could wear a thong and show just as much.
I'm just saying.
And that's legal.
It was probably just a teasing moment for the girls. You know what I mean? Like, you know. In a 2014 interview with Empire Magazine, director Paul Verhoeven, is that how you say it?
Verhoeven or something?
Said of the shower scene, Americans get more upset about nudity than ultraviolence. I am constantly amazed about that. I mean, I haven't seen any sex scenes in American film that are anything other than completely boring. A bare breast is more difficult to get through the censors than a body riddled with bullets. Ridiculous.
That is ridiculous, honestly. That is pretty weird.
Most of the arachnids appearing on film are CGI, but a few life-size robotic models were built. However, during the battle scenes, the actors wound up looking at director Paul Verhoeven himself, who would stand in front of them and jump and scream at them, even chasing them with a broom to elicit their reactions, attempting to generate some of the fearsomeness of
I did know about that, yeah.
Of a 12-foot ant.
He chased him around with a broom and shit to like try to get him scared. Like
I can't even get through this. I'm laughing.
I guess this director's pretty nuts. Like he's pretty wild.
To generate some of the fearsomeness of a 12-foot space ant, Clancy Brown affectionately described the director as a nutbag, given to jumping up and down with a bullhorn going, I'm a big fucking bug, I'll kill you.
Oh my God. Dude, I wish there was footage of that.
I loved him. He was so much fun.
I bet he was. Could you imagine having a director like that? Like, I would love to direct. If you ever want me in another movie, I might do it for half the price, man.
Yeah. This cracked me up because I had already written down my comment about this, but Neil Patrick Harris was often called Doogie Himmler whenever he wore the military intelligence uniform, as it bore a resemblance to SS uniforms. Doogie Himmler.
Doogie Himmler. It's funny because the only acting credit to his name before this was Doogie Howser.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Casper Van Dien really punched Patrick Muldoon in the face, giving him a bloody lip during the fight scene at the space station. Patrick Muldoon stated in an interview that Casper hits hard.
He hits hard.
The body count in this movie is 256. Seems like a lot more. Between the very first scene and just the when they find out about the brain bug scene, you know, when Dizzy dies. Seems like a lot more.
There's a lot of people that die.
They had 100.
Maybe they're just counting on-screen deaths.
Wait, did they count Buenos Aires? Because there was a lot of people that died there.
Yeah, it was like 1 million or so, 10 million or something.
What was it?
They kept going up.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of soldiers that died, apparently.
Well, I think they're talking about, I think they were just trying to refer to on-screen death.
Maybe.
So.
Director Paul Verhoeven admits to having never finished the novel, claiming he read through the first few chapters and became both bored and depressed, calling it a very right-wing book. He then told screenwriter Edward Neumeier to tell him the rest. They decided that while both the novel and its author strongly supported a regime led by a military elite, they would turn the concept around and satirize it, making the film a hyperbole of a contemporary American politics and culture. Die-hard Heinlein fans declare that the filmmakers have completely misinterpreted Heinlein's nature and intentions. They say he was a libertarian who opposed conscription and militarism. He depicted the oligarchy by ex-military citizenry government in the book because it was an example of something that has never been done in real life. He was not advocating it, but was merely speculating that such a system could exist without collapsing. In a 2014 interview on the Adam Carolla Show, Michael Ironside, who read the book as a youth, said he asked director Paul Verhoeven, who grew up in the Nazi-occupied Netherlands. Why are you doing a right-wing fascist movie? Verhaven replied,
Michael Ironside did?
Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
That's cool.
Because he
I didn't
read
know
the
that.
book.
I didn't know that he grew up in a Nazi-occupied Ireland, though.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. Verhaven replied, if I tell the world that a right-wing
I didn't
fascist...
know he was that old. Is he? There's no way that he's that old. He'd have to be like in his fucking.
Well, I don't know if they're
90s.
talking about the director, because it said Michael Ironside, who read the book as a youth, said he asked director.
No, the
they're
director
talking about the
was.
director.
He did grow up in a.
Sorry, yeah,
around Nazis,
they're talking about
yeah.
the director. I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about the director too.
No, I was talking about Michael Ironside.
No,
I was
they're
like,
talking
holy
about the-
shit, he's
yeah.
not that fucking old.
No. So why are you doing a right-wing fascist movie? Verhaven replied, if I tell the world that a right-wing fascist way of doing things doesn't work, then no one will listen to me. So I'm going to make a perfect fascist world. Everyone is beautiful, everyone is shiny, everything has big guns and fancy ships, but it's only good for killing fucking bugs. More ammunition.
giant fly swatter.
More ammunition was used in this film than in any previous movie. According to veteran weapons coordinator Robert Rock Gagliotti, the crew expended over 300,000 blank rounds during the course of filming.
Jesus Christ.
That was a personal record at the time. To avoid an NC-17 rating, 4 seconds had to be trimmed from a decapitation during the last battle at the Whiskey Outpost base. However, the 4 seconds can be seen in the version on the FX network. FedNet was created to help establish the satire in a way similar to RoboCop. That was another Paul Verhaven movie. The DVD...
You can see it too.
Yeah, the DVD audio commentary by the director was one of the first to be accompanied by a disclaimer stating that the opinions in the commentary belong to the speaker and not necessarily reflect the opinion of the movie studio. Such disclaimers became commonplace in the following years. The battle gear was later reused in Power Rangers The Lost Galaxy and the show Firefly in the episode The Train Job. In the DVD commentary, the director states his intentions clearly. The film's message is that war makes fascists of us all. He evoked Nazi Germany's fashion, iconography, and propaganda because he saw it as a natural evolution of the post-World War II United States. I've heard this film nicknamed All Quiet on the Final Frontier, he said. Screenwriter Edward Neumeier broadly concurs, although he sees the film as a satire on human history rather than solely on the U.S. Mark Wahlberg turned down the role of Johnny Rico. The combat helmets were repainted again and used by the SWAT team at the end of Planet of the Apes 2001, which starred Mark Wahlberg. Also considered for that role was James Marsden, Keanu Reeves, Josh Brolin, Matt Damon, and Jason Priestley.
Imagine if Keanu Reeves did it.
Whoa.
Whoa.
And
John Wick.
yeah. For the part of Carmen was Neve Campbell, Rebecca Gayheart. That's all I gave.
Oh,
her.
Neve Campbell?
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
No. I couldn't hate her.
Well, Neve Campbell is in Twisted Metal.
Is she?
Yeah, and she plays a bad guy.
Ooh.
So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It's weird because I've only seen her like in the first episode, and you don't see too much of her bad guyness. So like it was, but whenever I did see it, I was like, ew, that was kind of, it was weird.
Ugh.
It was hard.
Don't do that.
It's hard to wear. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because you're like, that's Sidney Prescott.
Yeah, I
You know,
still
like she's always a
I
nice
love it
person.
when they step
or
outside of
Party
that.
of Five. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I still love it when they step outside.
yeah, I do
of that,
too. So I'm like, that's probably the most intriguing thing about that show so far.
I have to check that out. 17 gallons of fake blood were used throughout the film. The walls were reused from Total Recall. The walls that they used in the movie, which I can kind of see now that I know that.
Yeah, right.
Critical reaction to the film at the time tended toward the negative, especially the Washington Post savaged the film for its perceived glorification of Nazi symbolism and totalitarianism regimes. Somebody missed the point. Analysts noted that after a strong $22 million opening weekend, the poor critical reception was most likely responsible for a 50% drop in revenue during the film's first week in cinemas. However, the first signs of critical reprisal came in 2001 when parallels were noted between the War on Terror in Afghanistan and the film's patrolling Marines on the Bug Planets. In 2012, Slant Magazine ranked the film number 20 on the list of 100 best films in the 1990s. In 2017, The Guardian claimed that this is no longer science fiction and has become reality. And in 2020, David Roth of The New Yorker even praised the film as visionary, as it had eerily predicted the past decades of decadence, decay, rising institutional violence, and unrestricted bad taste. I think they're missing the point anyway.
No, I think that they're getting the point, because if you think about it, that they're not wrong. They're seeing the point that it's making in the way of like how people are acting nowadays, is what he's saying. Like, people are shitty.
No, I'm not talking about David Roth. I'm talking about the this is no longer science fiction, it's become reality. And like the ones that are talking about, being like a Nazi regime, and the ones that are praising it for, the war on terror and all that. Like, it's like, you guys are missing the point.
Yeah.
David Roth had it right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The film won Saturn Awards for Best Costumes and Best Visual Effects on the 1998 Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Films. The design of the bugs are slightly revised from an unused monster design for Tremors 2.
I was wondering that, because if you look at them, they look kind of like the monsters in Tremors 2.
I know, that's what, like when I read this, I was like, yeah, definitely.
It makes sense.
During the making of Tremors 2, they developed the two monster designs for Shriekers in that movie. One was used for Tremors 2, and the other was slightly revised and used for Starship Troopers. Both films' special effects were supplied by Phil Tippett, who had been working on the two films at the same time. If you look closely, the Bug Warriors share the same mandibles as the Graboids in Tremors. The film was nominated for the Oscar for Best Visual Effects, along with The Lost World, Jurassic Park, and Titanic. The film lost to Titanic. Crazy too, because James Cameron was attached to direct at one point.
Starship Troopers? I wonder what that would have been like.
A lot of blue people.
I don't think it would have been near as cool. Or fun.
No, I think you need that crazy guy.
Yeah, you
in the
need
background,
that
chasing you with a broom.
Yeah, that, like, he would have never thrown in all that military satire.
You need that
shit.
Cheese, and you need that satire, and I don't think he would have done it.
Yeah, he wouldn't have done none of that.
Clancy Brown believes that the movie is Paul Verhoeven's.
Hold on. Do you think that the aliens would have been blue people instead of bugs?
Yeah, he would have done something.
Yeah,
he would have done.
Or Prometheans.
Yeah, he would have done something.
Or no, that was in James Cameron. I think
that was Ridley Scott.
That was Ridley Scott.
Yeah. Clancy Brown believes that the movie is Paul Verhoeven's warning to America. It really exposes a lot of who he is and how he thinks about the world, and especially us. He was saying, be careful, this mindset is going to get you in trouble. I think that warning still stands. To allow seasoned stop-motion animators to be able to animate computer-generated models for Jurassic Park, Craig Hayes and Phil Tippett developed the DID, a digital input device that allows an animator to have physical control over a CG model in real space. CG models can be animated via a scale model fitted with motion sensors, which correlate to certain points on a CG model. After using it on Jurassic and Tremors 2, Tippett Studios dove headfirst into the dozens upon dozens of shots to animate for Troopers. We've refined the DID since Jurassic Park, and the overall cleanup of the design. Craig made sure that the DID would be much more responsive to the animator's movements for this movie. It shows. It's really good. The sport Johnny plays, which is a combination of football and gymnastics, is called jump ball. His team is the Tigers, and Xander's was the Giants. In the timeout sequence during the jump ball game, Dina Meyer actually smacked Casper Van Dien in the side of the head to get his attention, and his response was genuine. During live training, shoots, I don't remember her name, Dejandi, shoots and kills Breckenridge, accidentally resulting in Rico's flogging. In real life, the two actors are together and they have a child. They met on this film.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
The guy who got shot and the woman who shot him.
Oh, yeah.
The short-haired redhead chick and the tall guy.
No, she was the black girl.
Yeah.
Oh.
The one that wanted to be in politics.
Oh, I was thinking the redhead shot him.
No, the redhead got killed on the bug planet on Clandathu.
I know, but that was before that, though. That was before the bug planet thing.
No, it wasn't, because they were in boot.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, you're right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Duh.
Yeah, they were in boot, and she washed out because of that.
Because of that. Yeah. You're right. Okay.
Do You Want to Live Forever is attributed to Marine Sergeant Major Dan Daly in the World War I battle. Belleau Wood. He is one of 2 Marines to have received the Medal of Honor twice. Most of the adults in authority positions in the movie are scarred in some way. how did we decide his name was said? Raschak?
Rushing.
That guy. He lacks an arm. The biology teacher has scars on her face and is blind, and the recruiting sergeant has lost both of his legs. Director Paul Verhoeven included
And
them.
a hand.
Oh,
He
yeah.
had the robotic hand.
Yeah. Director Paul Verhoeven included them as a symbol of the belligerent history of the Federation. The view that people acquired citizenship and the right to vote through military service reflected the views of Starship Troopers author Robert A. Heinlein. His views were influenced by his years in military service before World War II and what he saw as the supposed laziness of civilians. The federal service oath is as follows. I, being of legal age, of my own free will, after having been duly advised and warned of the meaning and consequences of this oath, enroll in the federal service for not less than 2 years, and as much longer as may be required by the needs of the Federation. So essentially, you just signed your whole life away if they want
you, yeah.
Edward Neumeier, one of the propaganda clips is of a murderer he's the murderer guy, being captured that morning and was said to be executed at 6 p.m. Even if the murder was captured at 12 a.m. exactly, that means he was captured, tried, convicted, sentenced, and executed in no more than 18 hours. Paul Verhoeven says his satirical use of irony and hyperbole is playing with fascism or fascist imagery to point out certain aspects of American society. Of course, the movie is about let's all go to war and let's all die. The director has commented on how he based the propaganda segments on those played in historical authoritarian regimes during wartime, and also how he set up the bugs to be clearly superior in every way to the humans opposing them. Combining the two together can imply that the surprisingly happy ending portrayed in the final propaganda cut scene is simply a case of the government trying to hide the awful truth of the probable defeat. Which I never considered, but it would make sense compared to the rest of the film. And that is it.
All right, so there's Starship Troopers, and let's see what we're doing next week, Karen.
Working on it.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption. Well. Speaking of Morgan Freeman.
What?
Well, Morgan Freeman, he was in 7. What's in the box?
Yeah.
And then he's also in the Shawshank Redemption.
Wow, that was a stretch.
Not really? Not really. I think of Morgan Freeman every time I think of either of those movies.
When you say what's in the box, though, I'm thinking Brad Pitt.
No, I think of Morgan Freeman standing there looking at him like, don't open the box.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what's in the box?
Don't do it.
Oh, shit, what'd I do? I pressed the button.
I'll be pressing buttons, man.
All right. So anyway, next week we are doing the Shawshank Redemption. That's a long one. It's like 2.5 hours or some
It's
shit.
so serious.
Yeah, but it's good.
It is.
So
I gotta see what's playing on.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could do that, huh?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Shut the fuck
I have it on Blu-ray. I got like special edition.
I know,
Blu-ray
I
on
have
this
it too.
I know you guys have it. If I can stream it, I will.
It's on Prime.
Okay,
There you
we're
go.
good.
Framed in the 1940s for the double murder of his wife and her lover, upstanding banker Andy Dufresne begins a new life at the Shawshank prison, where he puts his accounting skills to work for an amoral warden. During his long stretch in prison, Dufresne comes to be admired by the other inmates, including an older prisoner named Red, for his integrity and unquenchable sense of hope.
Oh, you've been admired, right?
For that ass.
For that ass. Them rape scenes, though.
Oh.
It's enough to get anybody going.
You are so fucked up.
I always wait to the end of the episode, the end of the show, to be like, man, let's talk about some fucked up stuff.
Yeah.
Rape? Sweet.
It
You know
used
what I mean?
it used to be like throughout the.
Just sprinkle it in here and
Yeah.
there. But no, I just go full bore right at the end.
We go beginning and end now.
Yeah, it's like, well, that's how I do it, like whenever me and Crystal, like get intimate or whatever. Wait till the end and I slip it in her butt. And she
I doubt it.
No, fuck no, I don't. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to. I'm still here, aren't I?
You're still
I'm not,
alive.
that means I'm not dead.
I've
I've
met
never
Crystal.
done it.
You gotta end it with a scream.
It's like they say, just it's called riding the bull. See how long you can stay on. That's fucked up. You shouldn't say things like that.
That's why they make
Eric,
handles.
stop putting those things in my head.
That's why they make handles.
That's why she's got hair. Anyway, Don't forget to check out our. Don't forget to check out our TikTok, our X, and Facebook. I guess it's X. I don't know. And our YouTube and our Rumble, all that good stuff. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, because we'll be back next week with another episode. And don't forget to get on our Spotify and all that good stuff and give us a rating, because that's awesome. And also, join us next week whenever we do the Shawshank Redemption and a new profile or creator profile.
Yes.
I think next week we should do Morgan Freeman.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that sounds
we
good.
do Morgan Freeman.
It's going to be like 5 pages.
Yeah, he's been acting since like the 60s.
That man has got a storied career.
60s or 70s. Like,
Yeah.
he started out on like a TV show.
He still
and
looks the same. He's just
he
got
looks the
gray hair
same.
now.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
great.
He aged so well.
Yeah.
I bet he's like 104 now.
104.
Anyway.
70s at least.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely
Yeah.
the 70s.
Yeah.
Anyway, so join us next week for Shawshank Redemption, and I'll be more than happy to talk about Morgan Freeman. I fucking love that man.
Right?
Anyway, till next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.